Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. So as you guys who have been following my videos this week know, I had a pretty good week, and I made a little bit of a shocking discovery. You see, I've been talking about burnout all of this past year, but I discovered that this week was not a slow week either. You know, I'm cramming for an art show. I got new art that I've been doing. I had final exams to grade. I had problem students, obviously, students who needed to take the final at a different time because of family issues, and all the normal stuff, right? The difference was, instead of feeling burnt out, I felt actually very productive this week, and I was thinking about why that was. And I came to the realization that the only difference between feeling like you're burnt out and feeling like you're really productive is your outlook on your future, right? So this past week, I started talking to a girl that I met many years ago, and they gave me a boost of confidence, and that confidence just spread throughout the rest of my life. I went to 2 job interviews really confident. I talked to another girl locally very confidently, and I finally got to, I talk about conflict that I have at various meetup groups, but I finally got to play this board game that I've been wanting to play, and the only difference between this week and take a week from last year when I was really burnt out was the outlook and the perspective of how I was viewing the lens in which I viewed the week, right? It was just as productive. It was just as cramming, and I to be honest, even though I did sleep very well this week, I could have used a little bit more sleep, right? Which is why I really need my art projects to take off. It would be really nice to sleep whenever I wanted to sleep, right? Not that I dislike any of my work, by the way. I don't. Okay, there is one thing I want you guys to continue to pray for, and this one I'm going to ask you to leave a like to pray for because of my little system. Go watch my last video about when you leave likes to pray for me and when you leave dislikes. So, I met a girl at the graduation. She had just graduated from Phoenix College, and I got to see her again yesterday, but I discovered she's a lot younger than I thought. You know, she's very talented. And now I need to time travel into the future, right? If I could take my body as it is and time travel 5 years from now, then I'll see what I could do with her, right? Obviously, I don't have a time shuttle just yet. I kind of have a pseudo time shuttle in that I could keep my body young for another 5-10 years, right? Lots of healthy food. This is an antioxidant drink. I hope to go back to eating dark baking chocolate in moderation. I'm kind of not ready for it just yet, because every time I have tried to go back to caffeine, I end up with a mess with myself. And also lots of vitamin D from the sun, right? So join me. I think everybody should join me on board this time shuttle. We'll all travel to the year 2030 in our current bodies, right? I've had dreams of what a time shuttle would look like. When I was really depressed during COVID-19, I kept thinking about boarding a time shuttle and flying past COVID-19. And I had dreams at night about what that flight would look like. I had a dream one time that I had gone to, this was after the pandemic, after I had started making bismuth art. I had a dream that there was a planet out there full of solid bismuth. I think there really is, because bismuth is the last element that is formed under the slow neutron capture process. There probably is a planet made of bismuth somewhere. In fact, bismuth might not be as rare as we think it is, because most of the bismuth on Earth probably sank to the core, right? But I dreamt that I had traveled to another planet to make bismuth crystals, and in doing so, I had traveled many, many hundreds of years into the future, And then I got back to Earth, and moscovium had now been discovered. A stable isotope of moscovium had now been discovered, and I continued to make art out of it. So that was fun. But short of that, we always have the antioxidant as our time shuttle machine, right? This is the Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. That was a good swing. Let me do that again. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum.